Brisbane at night, as pretty as a picture, as the city embraces the 2001 Goodwill Games. It's time to check back with the gymnastics, and the men's vault competition provided plenty of thrills earlier this evening. Australia's Damien Istria is in his second event for the night, facing tough competition from a world-class field.
Up first from China will be Lubin, 21-year-old.
It'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. I watched him in the warm-ups, and literally this guy flies. I mean, if he nails his vault, he could land in the third row. This guy can really bounce him. We're going to be talking about start values. Let's see if he goes for a 10-0 start value vault. Okay, now that was just gorgeous. That was a handspring laid out front with a 1.5 twist. He can even do that with 2.5 twists. His coach told me before the competition he was going to try to water back a little bit, go easy on the body.
Nice.
We have the upcoming World Championships.
Yeah, nice form and nice distance on that Rudy.
This guy launches it. Here's a great example of how this new vaulting table is effective. This thing just launches him, gets a great push, beautiful lineman. He has to land in between those two white lines.
Dominique, tell us about this new vault table they have.
Well, the vault table is definitely to make the vault a lot more safer. Before, there was only about 12 to maybe 16 inches for you to get your hands on. Now it's about 3.5 feet. So that definitely makes it a longer and a safer surface for all the gymnasts.
And the first vault brings Lubin 9.275. Second vault now coming up for Lubin from China.
In the finals, the vault scores are average. Let's see if he goes for a Sukahara double back. There it is in the pike position. Oh, and he drills it. Oh, my goodness.
That's certainly a 10-0 value there.
Outstanding. What a thrill. We saw him work on this in training, but I've never seen him drill it like this. This is the round off, and he's going to do a pike double back somersault. Comes from a 10-0 start value. Just drills it.
Perfect landing, too. 0 deductions on that landing.
The numbers for Lubin, his second vault, a 9.837. His first, 9.275. And after one performer, that's where he is ranked. But he's got some very steady numbers, which takes us to Marian Dragolescu from Romania.
He's one of the few gymnasts in the world that will go for this handspring double front with a half twist at the end. Let's see if he makes it here. He's had success on it in the past. Got to get a good push off that new vaulting table to make this thing.
He won the 2000 World Cup final on this event.
Oh, fantastic.
Beautiful.
Dominique, you know how hard that is.
Definitely. With the half twist, it makes his landing a lot easier, though, so he can see the floor first and plant his feet as he did.
Similar vault that we've seen from Kryukov, but he adds a half twist at the end. Boy, look at the height on that. Just great. Terrific angle to see if he stayed in line with the vaulting table. He did land in between and stepped out, so of course a slight deduction there. I just admire that guy for going for such a tough vault.
First vault, 9.737.
This is important. Needs a good landing here. He hopes to go ahead of Lubin. Oh!
Sukahara with the double somersault. Very, very difficult vault with a 10-0 start value.
Another one of those vaults invented by a Chinese guy. It's called a yo. That's what you're thinking when you're flying through the air going, yo! Yo! Man! Didn't have enough juice.
Marian Dragolescu from Romania, currently in second place. His last vault, 9.037, combined with his 9.737 on his first. Up next now from Poland Leszek Blahnik.
This guy has the vaulting capabilities to win this thing at a high level of difficulty. If he goes for this piked Sukahara double back, it's a 10-0 start value. There it is.
Beautiful. We're seeing these double Sukaharas performed a lot today. That's the third one.
Good point, Dominique. With this new vaulting table, we're going to see a higher level of difficulty in the future because mechanically it's an advantage. It's safer. The athletes get sort of a ramping effect because you'll notice the table is on a slight angle which launches the athletes a little bit higher. Now, he did a fantastic high vault. He didn't drill it like Lubin from China, though.
Blahnik at 9.725 after his first vault. He is Poland's first gymnast competitor, male or female, in the Goodwill Games. Bronze at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. Competition in Moscow in April this year. 9.8.
Fantastic. He's going to go for a handspring double front vault. This combination of a 10-0 start value on his first vault, a 9-8 start value on this vault. If he could put this down, he might go ahead of Lubin, but it's a tough one to land. Oh, man, and that was nice.
He ended up over-rotating it, which you normally see people almost sit on their bottom. He pulled it a little bit extra, and that's why he ended up getting a large deduction on the landing.
Well, this is very interesting for the athletes. It's controversial because the athletes want to warm up on the floor. But according to the new rules, these athletes have to warm up on a vaulting horse and a springboard in the back room. It's not as springy as the one out here. The lighting is different. The landing surfaces are different. And I don't like it at all, and the athletes don't like it either. They want to warm up on the floor. But according to the new rules, they're supposed to stay in the back room and then step right out and compete on the vault.
And for Leszek Blahnik of Poland, currently number 2, his second vault, a 9.325. Which brings us to crowd favorite from Australia, Damon Istria, 19 years old. He was the youngest male gymnast ever to represent Australia at the Olympic Games in Sydney last year.
Not a bad looking vault. They're pumping the music, trying to get the crowd into it, hoping that'll affect the judges. Maybe they'll throw a little bit of a higher score if they're all pumped up too.
Definitely, it's a wonderful feeling having the crowd behind you.
Not bad technique on this vault. Based on its start value, the maximum he can score is a 9.7. Missed the landing a little.
Nice double twist there. And pretty good on the landing.
Istria's first vault, 9.387. For the gymnast who was second on this event at last year's Australian Championships. He's set to go for his second vault.
You know, no Australian gymnast has won a medal here at the Goodwill Games, so this is a wonderful opportunity for him.
Should be a handspring double front. Oh, he slipped. Oh, man. That was a little scary.
That'll take your breath away.
Definitely a close call there.
You know, I mentioned earlier some of the gymnasts were complaining that that surface is a little bit slick on this particular model. These vaulting tables are so new, there's about 4 different manufacturers that make them, and they're all slightly different. Some are slick, some are springy. Watch, his left hand slipped forward.
Right, good call.
And man, he was lucky to clear his head. That could have been disastrous.
Istria from Australia. Number 7, nothing on the second vault.
If you don't land on your feet first, you can land on any other body part first. It's a 0 from the judges.
The finals are in for the men's vault, and our first participant, Lubin, the 21-year-old Chinese performer with the 9.556 wins it. Blahnik from Poland, the first Polish gymnast